I'm not going in yet, huh? I think we're live, people. I think we're live. All right, I'm saying it's live. I'm just going to say that. Woo! Come on in, Jeff. We got a special guest.
This is pretty wild.
Isn't this cool, huh? Okay, you're my first co-host. Except Jamie. Jamie comes in from time to time. Jamie, hey guys, welcome to Sober Talk. As you see to my right, we had a buddy swung by, and he gave me 12 steps and 12 traditions. I said, hey man, you're here. Won't you be a guest? And you and I have been lifelong friends.
Yeah.
For many years. Real quick, you are watching Sober Talk. You are here because you want to get sober, you need to get sober, or perhaps you're just sober curious. Either way, we're glad you're here. How do you know if you got a drinking problem? If it causes problems. Jeff, it's caused problems for you in the past?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
Yeah. So I think anyone who's watching, they either know someone who needs to get sober or whatever. I got my braces tightened a couple of days ago, so I'm slurring, so people think I'm drinking. Yeah, I'm doing Sober Talk. I'm not drinking. So
where are the cue cards?
Cue card there. That's right. So what I'm trying to think. So anyway, hey, in the description, if you want to check out our podcast, it's sobertalklive.com. It's bottom left there. Check out our podcast, become a supporter of the show, whatever. So, and come find out about our YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. So, man, I'm really glad you're here because I'm usually here by myself.
This is a setup. I'm impressed.
Nice,
I really
nice,
thought
pretty
it was
nice, pretty nice.
I thought it was going to be your cell phone on a propped up against a coffee can somewhere, but this is pretty impressive. This is legit.
Not. So a little tip about these mics: you got to be about proximity about this close. So you might want to get a tad closer.
You got it.
Yeah. So so I was telling you out in the green room. One day I got to give the folks a tour of the place.
It is green too.
It is. It actually is green. We call it the green room, and it is green. I got an emergency call from someone, and he wants to talk, so we're gonna call him in a second. A guy who's really, really struggling. But we'll call him this week. Sometime. I'm teasing. That awful. Suicide hotline. Please hold.
Yeah.
That just came out wrong. Oh geez, Louise, I'm going to hell. But we a couple people I've talked to today. They said, you've got kids. Your kids are in their 20s. I got a 21-year-old. I got a 17-year-old. And a buddy of mine, dear friend, he said, oh, my gosh. He says, my son is going down the same path I am, and my wife is having a heart. And his son's like mid-20s, just rock star of a kid, college, medical school, and he's going down the same path as he did. And his wife's like, I went through this with you. I don't have it in me to go through it with our son. And so that's...
I know I put my family through it. I think they're tired too.
Do you think there's a chance of any of your kids, because that's the theme of tonight's show, is your kid an alcoholic or an addict? And,
The
one.
by name.
Tell me.
Just the one. You know what?
This is Jeff Graham, by the way. Jeff is always calling in. He's from Cincinnati. So go ahead.
No, they I don't see it yet. I don't know how legit the gene discussion is. I know they're aware of my situation, and I'm very open about it with them. And I think that the key is just for them to watch. I don't think any of them drink alcoholically yet, but I didn't really kick it in until a lot later in my life.
Oh, really?
I was always a big beer drinker, but it was the point, and I've told my kids, I've told other people, it's the point when drinking goes from fun to medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sign that I would look for, and I didn't see that. I look back on it now, and I can remember when that happened.
But my son Josh, and my daughter, I told my wife, my son was like 6 years old. I said 5 or 6. I said, he's going to be an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I could tell by his OCD, his ADD, he's going to find something to self-medicate himself. He's going to feel better, and it's going to make him, as soon as people figure it out and they take it and it alters their mood and they can control the mood, be it a pain pill, be it drugs or whatever, in whatever type of drugs, our case, alcohol,
Right.
it's kind of hard to deal with. And real quick, I do want to get this guy on the phone. Poor guy, he was not in a good place when you know, uh, when I talked to him. So let's give him a call real quick, and let's see if he picks up. He said he would pick up. His name is Scott. Is it coming through our
Yeah,
ears?
you're good.
Okay, good. No, it's not coming through our ears. It's coming through the speaker. Wow. This is real. That's I was worried about that. He was in a really, really dark place. And
It's embarrassing. That's it's one of those when I didn't want help. I knew I needed it, but I didn't want anyone coming
Really?
to me and saying, let's talk about it. I wanted to be left alone, and
people like my
I
friends
ran from help.
Yeah, well, my friends quit trying to help. Sometimes I think people just got to be ready for it, and if you're not, you're either ready for it or you're not ready for it. And I'm curious as to what do you think what when you find someone or you hear someone, you talk to someone, they go, man, you can spot it, a mile away.
Right.
How do you address them? Do you go, hey man, you might want to stop or you might want to cut back or what? I didn't know what to say to this guy tonight. He said, I want to jump off a bridge.
You couldn't have told me anything. I had to decide for myself, and if you had approached me, I would have gone the other way. Lord knows I've been approached numerous times, and people had said things like that, but that just made me go, I guess, retreat in the opposite direction even more. For me, it wasn't until I decided, and
Yeah.
I was at my end, and sadly with this disease, whatever you want to call it, for a lot of people, they don't reach that point until it's they've hit bottom, whatever that bottom is.
Yeah, let's try him one more time. I hope he didn't do anything. He said he would answer, but he's like, I just did 2 shots while I was talking to you. And I think that people sometimes, they just need to go check in with, I talked to this guy. I know he has a good job. I know he has a good job. I know he has insurance. He could go to his, because he said, I just can't get a day under my belt. A lot of our viewers can't get a day. They can't get 2 days under their belt. Now, you talked about this on the show. You got help for like 7 days, right?
Yeah, I went into rehab and
Tell them about that.
I needed to get momentum. I knew that if I got a few days of momentum, I would probably be good to go. But I didn't have the self-discipline to get the momentum. So I wanted to basically lock myself away from it. And once I was in there, it actually wasn't that bad because I knew I wasn't able to get to alcohol. It wasn't like it was sitting over in the refrigerator. I was trying to say no.
And they gave you medicines to take the craving away and things like that.
They really monitor for detox, and I don't know if I went through any of those symptoms or not.
Did you feel it?
No, I didn't. But they are preemptive on giving you comfort. Things to watch for that. So they really check you out. I don't know if all facilities are that way. I think most of them are, but they really watch and they talk to you, and they're preemptive on giving you stuff to just relax, because a lot of people really, really crash hard from it. And some of them,
there's a chance that you might, because you were drinking at least 30 beers a day, right?
I was right at the bare minimum of a case.
Somebody's an alcoholic.
Yeah. Well, weekends, it was, but the thing that's scary with this is there are people that have seizures from the detox. So I've heard horror stories of people doing this on their own. So I didn't know if I was going to deal with that or not, but I didn't want to be in that situation. So it was I just wanted to be where I knew I was going to be safe.
Yeah.
Where I wasn't going to have any temptation, where I wasn't going to have access.
You were there for one reason. You weren't worried about work. You weren't worried about your computer or your iPhone. That stuff's gone.
And just like you said, completely. They take everything from you. But In work, yeah, that is. I went up to a couple of my bosses. I just said, "Hey, I'm going into rehab." They were great. We want you healthy. We want you back. I think that's the general consensus.
Wow.
As long as you're looking to help yourself, I don't. I think they're going to say, "Great, we want you productive and being a part
I
of the
think it's
team."
important to let people know that you are self-employed.
Yeah,
No, no, it is. So if it's legally, if you go to your boss, my sponsor went to his boss. He says, "I have to go get well,"
right.
and they couldn't fire him. Well, they didn't want to fire him. They're like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, yeah, do what you have to do."
yeah.
Yeah, and that's really really cool. Let's go to another call, real quick. This is Sarah. Sarah's kind of she's up and down, and it seems as though that she's she's got like 5 days under her belt. I talked to her. A lot of people just struggle right now. It's so tough, and with the
It's a
COVID and everything. Hi, Sarah. It's Tom Mabe. How are you?
Hey Tom, how are you? I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm well. We got my buddy Jeff Graham here. He's Brett Favre's stunt double, and you're a football player.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
yeah. I was. Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Great, great.
so you're 5 days, unless you're
Yeah.
lying, you quit, and then you're in the wind. I can tell that. But
Yeah. Sorry, I'm walking inside now. I was just smoking a
oh,
cigarette.
no worries. So how long did you? What's the longest you've had under your belt in the past 4 months? How many days
In the
consecutive?
past 4 months,
And
it
yeah,
was about 59 days.
oh, you went 59 days. And
Yeah.
and why did you go back out? What happened to make you go? I need a drink.
Um, I'm not blaming my stepkids because nobody has driven me to do it. It's obviously been my own choice.
Hmm.
I was the one that took it up. Um, and I love my stepkids, but it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Especially when
How old are they?
my stepdaughter is 10 and a half, and then my stepson is almost 8 and a half.
Okay. So
Sarah, I went 90 days and went back out
Oh, wow.
for a weekend, and it wasn't any one thing except I just wanted that relief, that take it away, that
Yep.
I just wanted
That
to
comfort feeling.
that feeling that comes over you when you take that drink. I missed it, and I was just craving that. It wasn't any one thing that
Yeah.
drove me. So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
so
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I love my stepkids, it's just, and I love my husband. Um, they're married about 3 years now, and um, it's just a lot to take on,
do you have your
because
own? Do you have your own kids?
I do, yeah. I have a 13 and a half year, well, he'll be 14 February, and then my youngest son will be 11 in February.
Do they get on your nerves as much as the other kids?
No, no. Um, no, because I've basically raised my kids their whole lives.
Hmm.
Um, whereas my husband, even though I've been with him for almost 7 years now, he basically had everybody raise his kids for him. He, he really much depended on me, and he's a gamer, and when I say gamer, like he's addicted to video games. So his attention is not where his priorities aren't right, if that makes sense.
How old of a
You
guy?
know,
How old of a guy is your husband?
he's 33. He'll be 34 in December.
Okay.
See, I was reverse, Sarah. My wife did everything. Not that I wasn't a good dad, but as far as the responsibility, especially in the
Right.
evenings, and I'm too old to be a gamer, but I was out in the garage watching TV and just fiddling with who knows what while she was inside taking care of the kids. So it was,
Right. Yeah. And it's like I told him, and this is nothing that I haven't told him. I'm very honest with him. Um, if he, effort is everything. You can't just sleep till 11, 12 at night because you're up till 4 or 5 in the morning. You have kids, you have priorities. They need showers, they need food.
Yep.
Like they need to get taken
You
care of.
need structure, just like an alcoholic needs structure. I added a new thing to
Yep.
my daily routine. I get up and I walk 1 mile. I go over to the parklands by my house and I walk 1 mile, and then
Yeah, there you go.
I do sober talk every night at 8.
Yep.
And those two things. And I come here and work. We got some other people come in. They use the broadcast room that I'm in right now, and I do. I got
Yeah.
my normal job during the day. those kids need structure. Sounds like your husband needs structure, and if it's
Yeah.
going and you gotta. But I think all that's going to get better once you get your stuff together. So how long were you off drinking when you went? Not you went. How many days you say? 30,
Uh,
40,
59.
yeah,
50,
59, 2 months.
59 days. Okay, so and then how long did you go back out?
About 2 days in a row. You know, like I sorry, like I said, it was I did the 59 days and then I had the 2 days, and I didn't really even drink. You know,
Mm.
it was more like not even half a beer, but then my stomach couldn't handle it. You know, because
Sarah,
come to find out,
how did you feel after those 2 days were over? Because I know how I'm just curious because I've talked to some people that are struggling, and I said,
yeah,
what you're going to get with that short-lived buzz,
Yeah.
uh, but what you're going to carry that's going to last a long, long time also comes with that buzz, and that's what I'm carrying with me is some things I wish I didn't have to carry. Just curious how you felt after that.
yeah, I was definitely guilty. You know, not that I had lied to anybody about it. Um, it was just I was disappointed in myself. You
Yeah.
know, because like I said, I didn't even drink like probably about half a beer, if that. At that point, and it was just like I said, I have EOE, and come to find out, I'm actually physically allergic to whatever it is that I was drinking. You know, so it's a tricky devil.
Yeah. But you never got drunk. You went out and had a couple beers. Did you get? I mean, did you fall off the rails completely?
No, no, and I mean, I used to. I don't know if you remember, but I had almost at one point had not quite a fifth of vodka, and then I went to a 30 pack and 12 pack, and then I just quit for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, I'm okay. In a week period, I'm allotting myself 6 beers total. Even that, like, I can't even stomach
Yeah.
that now.
Well,
Was it justification or self justification?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
doing
because
great,
I was,
so I've earned this.
yep, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, this weekend it was Saturday, that I decided to try to drink, because me and my husband we had a weekend without the kids, which it's been over a year since that's happened. So I'm like, awesome, we're gonna get some great one-on-one time. Like didn't expect to be at each other's butts the whole weekend. But like
Yeah.
at least we could get some good quality time, and that definitely never happened. So it was disappointing to me.
but the good news is that you only she's only drank. You're
You know
back
what?
on
Though it's
you're back on
not
the wagon.
it's not, and I don't know Sarah's particulars, but it's not how many you have. It's what happens when you do, or what happens to you when you have. I mean, some people can have just a couple, and I'm not saying
Yeah,
Sarah, but and go crazy, and it just. I think for me to have one right now would destroy me. I mean,
yeah,
just mentally. Um,
yeah.
and I know the physical reaction it would have too.
Let me
I'd be all over it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
It's go
impressed
time.
that she only had like two.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. I'm wondering if you're really even an alcoholic, but I'm not. I don't want to question that. But Carl
No, I
Martin,
get it.
yeah, Carl Martin, he says that 90-day, I am okay. Going to give Firewater another chance. I will
Yeah.
control it this time, syndrome. I love it. I will control it this
Yeah,
time, syndrome.
that's what it is too.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think I was lucky because at that point, um, with the EOE, there's sometimes 4 or 5 days where I can't physically hold down food,
Yeah.
Hmm.
even water. Like I'll just vomit it up, and I'll end up at the hospital because I have to get, fluids, whatever. And then it's just I can't even stand the smell of alcohol
Well,
at all.
that's
You
a
know,
good thing.
yeah, it is. My wife was out of town when I had my little after 90 days, and I had no intention of going back to drinking. I had
Yeah,
intention of having a weekend. I was alone and I could get away with it, and it was.
How'd that
I'm.
work out? How'd that
It
work
worked
out?
great. It
Did
was
it? Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
a good smart move on my part.
Did your
Happy ending.
kids were everybody cool with
Oh,
it?
yeah,
Kids were okay
it was
with it?
fantastic. Yeah.
Tell them real quick. Sarah, you got to hear this real quick. What happened? You decided to go out while your family was out there. Your wife was out of
Yeah.
town.
And our kids
Super Bowl.
we're empty nesters, so I had the house to myself. But um,
Tell them what happened.
It was, I don't even know what detail you're laughing at. That's what scares me. But it was just, I was free, and I just thought, I deserve this. I've been great. I've gone 3 months. I'm gonna, a little reward. No one's gonna know about it, and
Right.
it caused one of my kids to have to come get me. A bad situation that, and Tom knows this. I've talked about it, but I gave my daughter a memory that I can't take away, and
Right.
that just rips me to because
It was nothing. It was nothing
no, it
grotesque or inappropriate. But it was. You're
no,
right.
no.
Same
It was
here.
just humiliation. It was just seeing her dad in the state I was, having to come get me essentially.
Right. In your mind, kind of weak in a
Oh,
sense,
it was.
if that makes sense.
Oh, it was pathetic. It was, I'm supposed to be her father and taking care of her, and
You're her
but-
father. You're just
well-
her drunk father.
I know, but it was
Sorry.
what I got for that, the money that I spent for that beer, that buzz was gone in a very short time. But
Yeah.
she'll carry that memory forever.
Yeah.
I will too, and I've said this. I think I even said on here. I wish to God I could never have to think of that memory ever again, and I pray to God I never forget it, because I don't
Yeah.
ever. So, anyways, it's not the quantity; it's what happens when.
Jeff is the guy that we talk about. So you just put a name to a face or a face to a story. Jeff is the guy that he went to the wedding. He got invited. His kids invited him to the wedding reception, and while the bride and the groom were having their first dance, Jeff thought it'd be funny to cut in. And not only did he just cut in, he cut in with the groom.
With the groom, yeah. Who I love the kid, and I was just being funny, of course.
Yeah.
But
I'm the only one that thought I was being funny.
And that was another incident where your family was extremely disappointed, upset. And right now we can laugh about it, but at the time I remember you telling me about it, and you're like, you didn't want to test it. Why? And I'll tell you later. And it was
Kind of mortified about the situation, maybe.
very.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It still is. And Sarah, people ask, we laugh about those stories, and the only reason I can laugh now is because I think I'm doing things right, and I'm fixing that, and I'm.
Yep.
So the fact that if I didn't grow from that and didn't get better from that, I'd still be crying about it. I mean, it's embarrassing, but the fact that I'm doing things, at least I think, right at this time, I can look back, and those stories, I don't like to tell it, but it's something that people need to know, they're not alone. You're not the only
to
one that's
maybe help
done.
them or to help somebody else.
Right.
Hey, I want to interrupt here. In 6 days, it will be Bev Holland's fifth anniversary of no drugs or alcohol. And Bev is she told us.
Congratulations.
Yeah, she told her story before. She has a like pretty much like a live-in nurse. She has she's on dialysis. She has a machine. Her alcohol and drugs has really taken away a lot of her life. But she's and she says I'm terminal, but she's 5 years sober, and
That's amazing.
Yeah, and when and if that ever when her time's up, she says she will be sober when that time comes.
Today would have been 1 year for me.
Really?
Yeah, but now it's 9 months because of that.
Because Super Bowl.
Because of the Super Bowl. It's a great Super Bowl. 2020. It's been a great year.
Jeez Louise, that's
For you, maybe not
no,
the country.
It's been.
But anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's been. Well, Sarah, thanks. We're going to get into our topic. Your kids aren't alcoholics because they're too young, and
No, thank God.
yeah,
Thank God.
we that's one of the topics that I want to discuss is people. I want to hang up on you now, Sarah. Thank you so much for.
Hey, congrats, Sarah. Great talking to you.
5 days, and just keep
Thank
on
you,
going.
guys.
Keep on going.
All right.
Take care.
All right. God bless.
All right, that was Sarah. She sounded like she's in a good place, and I wasn't too disappointed with her 2 beers.
No. But again, Tom, you can't put a quantity, or at least I can't put a quantity and say, oh, I only had 2 beers, because that's not.
Well, there's no such thing with me and you only having 2 beers.
Yeah.
There's no, that's like.
I couldn't even finish I couldn't even enjoy the first one because I was already worried about where the second, the third, and the 29th were coming from.
Ted Watson says this: if anyone is scared of rehab, I truly enjoyed it, and it was not what I had worried about. So yeah,
True. Same thing. It was a great experience. It was a eye-opening experience. It was a bunch of people that probably, in everyone's eyes, it seems like everyone in there is even worse off than I was. I know that wasn't the case, but you don't feel that you're being ostracized. You don't feel like you're standing out. It's very one of the group.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
My buddy just said he talked to his son. He says, I'm kind of tired. Probably just watch and listen tonight. Thanks for listening. The one has a mid-20-year-old son who's rock star, college athlete, the whole 9 yards, and he realizes his son is spending $1,000 a month on alcohol. He pays his credit card,
Mm-hmm.
and he's very concerned. And his wife is like, I'm not going through that again. I went through it with you, and that's a tough one. Then when you see and my son is identical to me, and he's hard to be around because I had such a god awful childhood that I remember I could tell you what I was wearing when I said or did the same thing he did. We're both quirky people, and I'm a little better looking than him. But you take that away, we are a lot alike.
Right.
Jesus, what's up with me tonight? Sorry.
It's just talking to my wife. What my problem was really her problem, what she had to deal with, and you didn't at the time. I thought it's not affecting you. I'm doing this to myself or whatever. But now you realize what I put her through,
Right.
and what the bad I gave her and the good that I didn't. That I took priority over drinking beer.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. When you rather be out in the garage drinking beer than being inside with your family.
Yeah.
And I'm still, and thanks so much for this book. I've heard so much about this 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. And I was kind of going through a funk last week, and my sponsor Gary, I was like, screw these steps. I don't like these steps. That don't even make sense. And was it you saying these are suggested steps?
Well, yeah, exactly. They say that in the quote AA big book that these are suggested. But that book, that 12 and 12, is actually written kind of, I don't know, like you and I would talk. It's not it's not the hardcore. I think some of them are a lot more of this is more of a discussion about things and easier to, I don't know. I really enjoy reading that.
Yeah. And Joel, congrats. 22 today. I guess that's 22 days in.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great to see so many of these people who have so many of these people who've been sober when the show started. They got sober when we got started.
Mm-hmm.
My good friend Jim Gibbons is going on 2 months, and I didn't even know he had a drinking problem. He called me. He said, "Hey, I've been watching your sober talk." I was and I almost start apologizing because, yeah, it's something I need to do, Jim. He goes, No. He said, "No, I need to quit." I'm like, "I never knew you had a drinking problem," and whole family was alcoholics and such. And he said, "Yeah, I'm a closet drinker." And he told me how much he would drink, and I never knew. But yeah, he uses the show as like meetings. A lot of people. What do you think? There's a lot of different treatment facilities out there. There's a lot of different, programs. There's a lot of different programs. Do you take a little bit? You and I are working the steps.
Yeah, I was. I didn't know of any other program other than AA. I thought that was the only one out there. But and I got a great basis from that. But I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking on this show. I love this show. I get stuff from listening to your guests all the time that I'm constantly putting into my little toolbox or whatever you want to say for handling life.
Yeah,
I'm open for everything. And I guess my only advice to someone, if they're, what works? Well, what works for me is different than what works for you. And it's going to be different for what works for Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
My suggestion is be open, look around, listen, and pick and choose what works for you. I mean, that's going to be the best program for you. It's not going to be what I or someone else tells you to work.
Carl Martin, one of our founding members, he said, Jeff, this is addressed to you. He said, talking about memories. Yeah. He says, I do remember the final time that I ever drove a vehicle with one of my boys in the car. God, I wish I could take that one incident back. Driving up a one-way street, and my son, 10-year-old son, asked me what the hell was I doing driving up the sidewalk. He said that hurts like hell still today.
Yeah, yeah. I remember my kids. If we picked up some of their friends, not knowing that they were kicking beer cans under the seat so that their friends wouldn't see them. That was a proud moment. Those are
Wow, golly. And at the time when you're in it, you think nothing of it.
right.
You think it's okay. This guy Scott, I want to try him again. I'm kind of aborting our whole mission or the theme of the thing, but and I think things like that maybe will teach our kids that they don't want to drink.
Again, I'm as open with my kids as I can. I want them to see I want them to know the bad, and I want them to know the good, because the good is great. I mean, my advice for someone that's debating about this thing is, there's a lot of, I'm afraid of, I don't want to give up drinking. I fear giving up drinking. It's not like throwing away your favorite shoes. It will be there. It's waiting for you if you want to go back to it. It's not like you're tossing and you'll never get to drink again. You're losing nothing.
We had a guy 2 nights ago named Anthony, and he slept in the bushes down by the Riverwalk here.
Mm-hmm.
And he would sleep during the day in the bushes and go out at night and go to Jimmy John's and get their stale bread that they would throw away. And someone recognized him on the streets, and they go, hey, Anthony, what's going on? He goes, oh, and he said, we're going to take you somewhere. They took him to rehab, and he's like, I don't want to do this. They took him to a facility where he could stay, check in. And the facility told him, look, give this a shot.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't work, you don't like it, you could go back to your place in the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like what you were talking about, the alcohol. You can go back to that. And wow.
Give it a shot and see if it's for you. Here's
our guy. Scotty, is this you, Scott?
No, Tom. I'm waiting on you. This is Brian.
I called you. I thought we were using your middle name.
Yeah, Scott. Okay, I'm going with that. No, I didn't see it, so call back.
No,
I'm waiting right now.
Let me go live right now. Let's go live right now.
Okay, right now.
Okay.
Got you.
Okay, so I caught my first. Oh, bless his heart. He just kind of hung up. He needs help. He needs help really, really bad. His ringer's off. Carl Martin says, Tom.
Hello?
I was calling for Brian Scott.
I think you have the wrong number.
I'm sorry, thank you. Oh, no, maybe that's the reason why he didn't.
Yeah.
Hold on, is this the one I just? Oh, sorry, lady. Hold on.
Professional at work.
Is this? Hold on, this is 447. Oh, okay. Here we go.
I'd sing background music, but my voice peels paint, so.
Your voice. This is the beauty about live Facebook, and when I put the podcast up on, I go through and I edit.
Yeah.
Out.
Hello.
Scott, Tom Mabe, calling from Sober Talk. How are you?
Hey, how are you? Doing good?
Good. Yeah, I'm doing well. I talked to you earlier, and you said you wanted to jump off of a bridge. Where's your head right now?
I'm doing a little bit better. How about you? Earlier about 2 hours. Yeah, I would have jumped right off the JF Kennedy.
What happened? What's the difference now? Why is it that you're so? Did you?
I'm probably not feeling that now, and I'm doing a little bit better. And sometimes I think when you drink too much, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, and I told you too. I said these emotions that you're having right now, you need to shave about 90% off of, because they're not real feelings. They're not real emotions. You got to know that 90% of this is false. Yeah. So get
kind
sober.
of like totally crazy.
Hey, I got a good buddy of mine with me, Jeff Graham. Can you hear him, Jeff?
Hey, Scott, how you doing?
Good. Hey, how are you?
Good.
So you,
Yeah. No, actually, like right now, I feel, and what's really weird is you go through all these emotions where you feel like, pardon my language, like totally fucking nuts, and then you're like, I'm good.
Yeah. You know,
And I feel good right now.
do you ever feel like, yeah, what's the longest so you're doing that manic mood swing, right, Jeff? Is that what you call it? When this amount of alcohol is
Yeah.
going to make you very depressed, but this amount is going to make you happy.
always chasing.
You're always chasing. There you go. What's the longest you've gone, Scott, without drinking in say in the past couple months?
This is where it gets really hard. 4 days.
Oh, that's good. You went 4 days. And
Yeah, but 4 days was like horrible. And I'm not saying nothing one way against it, but yeah, 4 days. It sucked.
well, right before, you weren't watching, I know, but before we called you, Jeff was talking about his. How many days did you spend in rehab, Jeff? Like a detox?
I think it was 7.
So Jeff, my buddy here, spent 7 days in detox, and they just make it to where it's out of your system when you leave. So they give you medicine to calm you down. You don't even know that you're really going through detox.
I saw no one going through, and there were people that were.
Dude, I knocked all the doors in on my truck after 2 days.
Yeah.
And you
No,
this
like
yeah, this is you
no,
white, this is you white knuckling it. This is you doing it on your own, right?
no, this is me like solo by myself, and
Yeah.
I knocked all the doors in on my truck. I knocked out 2 windshields and 2 side doors.
It's tough. That was the one thing about the rehab is it wasn't sedation. I don't know if they was a Valium or whatever, but they gave everyone, and it varied depending upon what their levels were, but things just to calm them down so that they could get it out of their system without going nuts and tearing up the place.
So
Well, they told me I was like too mean, and I did like I'm not gonna tell you where I went, but yeah, they were like, "No, you gotta quit," and I'm like, "Well, yeah," and man, yeah, it was bad.
So, Scott, what did you? I mean, how did you go about quitting? Did you just say I'm done, and did you have any support? Did you make any plans on how you were going to tackle it? How did you do it?
And no, actually, I broke my right hand twice, and my brother just beat the hell out of me.
just tonight?
No, about a week ago.
Okay.
And he told me to stop, man. He just like, he's way bigger than me. And he was like, quit. And he's like, your whole family loves you. And, stop. And I don't know how many times he hit me. I just kind of like blacked out. And he's like, no, you're going to get better.
So did you? How were you the next day on that?
Sore. Very sore.
but mentally, I mean, how were you? Were you ready at that point? Were you ticked off at the world because of what he had done? Were you?
No, actually, I knew that my brother loved me, and he didn't want to give up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the right. He feels like he's giving you tough love, but
yeah, maybe he is, and he's, I don't know, way stronger than me and way tougher than me, and I couldn't fight him if I tried. But I do think that he looks at me all the time, and he's like, "Come on, get up! Don't be, don't be this."
It can be frustrating when you love someone and you're trying and it's being turned down. I'm sure I ticked a lot of people off myself.
But you gotta go detox, man. You're gonna die
Well,
yeah.
I think he hates me, but I think he loves me.
He probably, you know what? I think he loves you. He hates the person that you are when you're drinking. It's not about.
Yeah, can I say this, Scott? Things just get better when you stop drinking, and I don't care how in the hell what you have to do to stop. But if you go into detox, but just listen to the sober talk every night and going on a Zoom, you got to get some days under your belt. And it sounds like if you were that pissed off at 4 days, it sounds like you need to go to some kind of facility. I know you got a good job. I know you got good insurance. Your job can't fire you if you go, hey, I need time off. I got to go to rehab. Or you just go, I need 2 weeks off or whatever. You use vacation days. But until you do that, we're going to be talking in circles. We're just going to keep on talking the same old crap. And you really things get better when you stop. And everyone here, they can't seem to get past that first 2 damn days.
Well, I didn't get past, excuse me, Scott, but I didn't get past those 2 days until I had a plan. And it was like, tomorrow I'm not going to drink. Didn't work. It wasn't until it wasn't until I said, okay, tomorrow morning I'm going to do this. By 9 o'clock, I'm going to do this. I'm going to call this person. I'm going to do whatever. If I wait until tomorrow to try and be strong.
Yeah, but his plan is just to drink tomorrow. He wakes up.
So if you two guys really want to know something,
yeah,
I puked on myself tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I puked on myself about an hour ago, and I puked on myself about 30 minutes ago.
Well, that's not going to do anything other than stain your clothes until
I'm barfing, and I don't know how to get over it.
Well, do you want to get over it? Is all I got to ask you, because
hell yeah, I would love to not be a fucking. Well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said the F word. I would love not to be an alcoholic.
Well, there is help out there for you.
There's medicine and there's treatment. There's a hospital that deals with just like they have cancer hospitals, they have alcoholism hospitals. And you got insurance and you won't go to it.
I couldn't do it by myself, Scott. I couldn't do it by myself. I
know that me and you are talking on a different level, but I've also got Parkinson's, and I hate that shit because, and you two probably know, no, I used to play guitar big time. That's out of the question. And that don't even matter. I mean, you could have cancer and blah, 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 way worse than what I've got, but it drives me nuts.
But you're not going to the doctor. You're not going to the doctor about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I've been like goddamn 19 neurologists. Whatever you call it.
Laura is our resident. She works at an ER and she speaks a lot about alcoholism.
Neurologist, neurological.
Yeah. Laura says, Tom, he needs medical attention soon, and you do. and so I hope
there's such a better road for you, Scott. I just there's nothing.
We can say
that we can say. We can tell you what to do. There's nothing you can read. It's going to take you saying, you know what, I'm at my end. I want this fixed, and I want to get better. And if you do, it's reaching out, because I'll tell you what, there's a ton of people that will do whatever they have to for you. But I think no one's going to be able to force you, just like they couldn't force me. It's got to be you saying, you know what, I want help. Someone drive me. If you have insurance, I mean, there's treatment facilities that will take you tonight.
Yes.
And give you the help that you need.
You can literally go tonight. He's got insurance.
Tom, do not tell my brother.
No, I don't even know. I don't even have your brother's number, brother.
All right. Yeah. But who's your friend with you?
He doesn't know your brother either. This is Jeff Graham.
No, I don't care.
Jeff Graham from Cincinnati.
Graham.
Jeff and I we're wired the same way. We're both raging drunks, and we both quit.
Jeff, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't say this, but what do you think?
I think you're there. I think you have to decide it's what you want, because your brother I don't know your brother. I don't know your situation.
He would
but,
kill me.
Well, it doesn't.
He would kill me.
It doesn't. It's got to. I don't care what anyone else wants. It's what you want. And if you want to get sober, and give this a try, because I'll tell you what, I didn't want to live without it. I love drinking my beer. I love drinking my beer. That's what I thought about all day long.
Well,
but you know what?
and let me tell you, I do not give any fucks about, well, pardon my language, I don't give any cares about beer. I like whiskey.
Well,
and the only reason I like it is because within 3 shots, I'm to where I want to be.
Yeah, well, that's all of us. Yeah, that's why we drink.
If that's where you want to be, though, there's nothing that I can say or anyone else. I think you got to just you can't listen to us. You can't listen to. You got to listen to yourself. And if you're to the point where you want help, I guarantee you, there's a bunch of people that would love nothing more than helping you.
Yeah, Laura Michelle just says we're here. Can I help? Someone wants to help. I don't think us talking to you, dude, is doing any. Laura said, Tom, he's going to die if he doesn't get help. I don't want this to be his last talk. But I don't know. I don't think
like jumping off the fucking bridge is the wrong question.
You know what? I mean, I can't come get you. I don't know what to say or do. Can I beg you to please get someone to take you to the emergency room and tell them I'm a drunk. I can't stop drinking. And tonight they will check you into a facility. Can I just please beg you to do that? Because I don't.
You know what? I think I'm going to call somebody now.
I wish you would.
You text me back? You got my number, and text me your brother's number, dude. You're gonna die. Let's just freaking take care of this shit right now.
You can go back tomorrow if you're not happy.
If you're not happy, you can come. You got 2 pukes in your shirt. We won't even wash your shirt. You can keep your shirt and come puke on it again tomorrow night. Just like that guy sleeping in the.
Dude, I've been puking for like 3 fucking hours.
Well, that's your body telling you something. You got to give it a shot. Just give it a shot, and then you'll know if it's something. If you don't want it,
just go to them. Seek medical attention now. That's all I can beg you to do. As someone who's known you since you were a kid,
Tom.
Yes.
But Tom, I'm going to ask you. Do not call my brother.
I'm not calling your brother, but please go get. Are you hang up the phone and call somebody? Where's your girlfriend at?
She's at work.
Can you call someone and get to the freaking? Can you go to the emergency room now? Can you get an Uber or something? All you got to do is say, I'm a drunk. I cannot stop drinking. They deal with it every day. It's an illness. It's a disease. You'll be okay. But you got to.
Okay.
All right. Text me back, but I love you. I'm sorry.
hang in there, buddy. We're rooting for you.
Sorry, too.
No,
Bye.
don't be sorry. Just go get it fixed. All right. Call me back. Bye. I don't know what to say.
I know
it's just we're going in circles, and it's like, oh my gosh,
I just wish someone like that would give it a shot, because it's not.
He
They're
has
not
to.
gonna lose anything, and you're not gonna know if you are gonna be happy or not without at least.
Yeah,
trying.
Lulu's right. She says someone needs to do a welfare check on this guy.
Yeah.
I I think it's my obligation to text his brother, email his brother. I don't have his number. Email his brother on Facebook and go, hey, you need to do a welfare check on your brother. His organs are going to shut down.
We have some fun. I love this show, Tom. There's some great laughs.
Yeah.
There's some great guests. We cut up on each other, and that's great. But the bottom line, this is serious.
Yeah,
I mean, I was an exit away from killing someone, killing myself. I was a day away from losing my family, losing my wife. It doesn't care. It'll destroy you. Everything about you.
No, I know.
And that's perfect examples. It's out there, and there's light. You know, there's light. I never thought I couldn't even think of dealing with just life without alcohol. I couldn't. I was afraid of dealing with anything. I was afraid to give it up. I was like a best friend. And
and Carl said it best last night. Carl told me, I don't know if this was on the air or what, he said, yeah, it was last night on the air. Carl said, don't worry about stopping drinking forever. All you got to do is you could go, I can drink tomorrow. Today I'm not going to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow go, I could drink tomorrow. Today, I'm not going to drink. And just get some days under your belt. Just get some. You don't have to look at it like, you know, you don't have to look at it like this is forever. And wow, I don't know what to do. There's a lot of. I'm looking at some comments on this other page here.
That's the thing, Tom. With that I know you're not a doctor. I'm not.
Right.
It's not. I don't have the answers. I'm still looking for myself. That's why I'm sitting here with you, and that's why I'm on your show nightly listening, and that's why I'm doing other stuff with this program because I'm looking for the answers.
But
But
at least we got a kind of a jump start. I talked to, we have, Natalie had to leave. Natalie got up and she's a regular. And that guy, because I've talked to Natalie when she's been in that same position, that guy touched too close to home for her. She said, I got to go. I don't want to talk about it. And it's like, that's the thing. When you see how bad it can be or how good it can be, it just,
and you can sense the frustration of someone wanting to help, but not being able to, and that's tough. To see someone, a loved one or whatever, flushing it down the toilet, that's got to be just real. That's got to be brutal.
Tommy Gibson says it's tough, like the way the crap makes me feel. Yeah, I'm a functioning alcoholic. I got problems that go away. But back then, my dad was an alcoholic. I don't want to be like him, but it's slowly creeping up on me. Explain that. So his dad is fine. He's getting to the age. This is Tommy Gibson's talking about here. That's the one thing I can tell my kids. Look, I can't give you those years back. I can't give you sober dad. But let's figure out what can we take from this. Realize there's a chance that you may be wired like me.
And all I can hope is that I can pick up the knowledge from people that have a lot longer. I mean, I've only got 9 months in this. And I'm still looking for there's a lot of experience out there, but I don't know the day when it went from good to really bad, but it does it happens. I guess it was maybe a slower transition, and maybe that's why it snuck up on me. But it was one of those I finally realized, you know what? This isn't giving me the fun that I once had. This is causing more pain than it's taken away.
I wish I could go back with an eraser, and I just want this guy. That was pretty bad. That was pretty rock bottom, man. That was I don't know what to do. Let's see. Is there anyone else that I was supposed to call? He picked up. The show kind of took a turn for a different direction there, Jeff. We were supposed to be talking about children's.
Yeah.
And we talked to Scott. Did we talk to Rob? No, I was calling Rob. And then
Hello.
Scott called.
This is Rob Montgomery. Sorry.
Hello, Rob. Rob did not pick up. So all right. Well, guys, is there anybody that needs to talk about anything? I'm out of people to call, and we still got about 7 minutes. Is there anyone that's really, really... Tom, give Laura his number. Yes, I will give Laura his number. Laura, if you want to call... Yeah, Laura says I'm obligated. Laura, let me text him and see if he's okay with that. I would love to.
I think with him, and I was asking what his plan was, and again, I go back to it. Anyone that's in that, in a boat of wanting to do this, it's very easy for me when I'm sitting here with you or live on, Sober Talk to not drink, but I got to take advantage of the timing when I'm strong, and now I gotta be ready for it, and I got to plan for tomorrow because. When that time comes, when it's going to hit me, where a beer's going to sound or a ton of them's going to sound like a great idea, if I wait till that moment to try and beat it, I'm cooked. I got to plan for it now and get my ducks in a line.
Let me grab this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, it's Tom. Hey, Joel, how you doing? Yeah, good. What's going on with you, Joel?
Man, you forgot about me.
No, I'm sorry. I kind of got shook up with this last caller. Are you listening to the show at all?
Absolutely.
There's a guy. We were talking to Scott earlier, and you saw he was in rare form, and I don't. I don't
I
know
don't
what to
know
do.
how many times I've been in that same shape over the years, you know?
What'd you do? Did you hit rock bottom? And what was your rock bottom? Puking on yourself several times?
Oh, man, I hit rock bottom over the years of, over 35 years or longer of drinking. And so I hit rock bottom a bunch. Um, then I was able to get control of myself.
What changed,
And
Joel?
you
What-
know, I felt like just one day I felt like, you know what? If I drink, I'll be dead within the year. And I quit. And I quit for 9 years.
How'd you do
And
it? Just cold turkey? Just
I did. And but one of the things that helped me out was I contacted my family and the people that love me, and I told them what I was going through, and I didn't try to do it myself, and I didn't try to anything like that. I was honest, and everybody knew, I was an alcoholic. Um, but anyway,
they
I
always
did,
do.
Yeah.
yeah, and he's just a heavy drinker. He'll be okay, or But I'm ready to get back on track. About 3.5 years ago, I started drinking. Those attorneys in my head told me it was okay. So,
Oh yeah, and I love that analogy. Attorneys in my head are negotiating, telling me why I should drink and it's okay to drink. Yeah.
and then I was drinking, at least 12 tall boys, 8% a day. And I tried not to buy vodka, but every now and then I'd buy me a half gallon of vodka and drink half of it.
Mm.
Last year, and I'm a diabetic also, so those things, alcohol really affects me. Last year, I was able to go 6 months and got my liver enzymes, my triglycerides, and got my numbers right.
Nice.
And then after I did that, I started drinking again because everything was good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done that. Oh, wait, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I can make it up the stairs okay without the cardiomyopathy kicking in.
Yeah.
I'm cured for
Uh,
now. You feel like you got a clean slate and you can start. That's a great. How many times have you guys started with a clean slate, and you felt like that? Hey, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I talked to that person who I thought I embarrassed. And they said it was okay. I was okay. I've actually made that dreaded that call the next day and go, hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. No, Tom, we were all cutting up. We were all drunk. Hey, who hasn't been there before? Tom, hey, okay, dude, don't give it a second thought. Oh, good. I didn't make an ass out of myself. I can drink. Wow. Clean slate.
Well, I'm focused. I watch the show and take notes from all the people that call in with good advice and the structure and things like that.
Structure,
Gives me things-
brother.
Got to have it for me.
Absolutely. And I want to quit. And I don't want to start back. I just want to quit. And I've got grandkids that live with me, and they're 2 and 4 years old. I don't want them to
Or how long
know
have you
what
been? How long,
beer is.
so how many days you got on your belt? Are you drunk now? Are you sober now? Or what's the deal?
I got 31 days.
31
That's
days.
great.
That's
Congrats.
great. So by now, the physical addiction is far. I mean, it's extreme. It's way gone. By far gone. It's been gone for probably 24 days. It takes like 6 days for it to get out of your system, I think. The physical addiction. Are
It was
you?
about 2 weeks.
It took about 2 weeks, or you say it takes about 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Okay.
about 2 weeks, and then I was able to not think about going to buy a 6-pack or something like that.
Yeah.
See, I was just I could see a corner a restaurant that's that has a bar in it that brought back that memory. It could be anything that jogs my memory that would
Yeah.
just put me right back into I could be fine and then see anything, and it just boom, or hear a song on the radio and boom,
Yeah.
I'm now craving. I'm wanting to drink.
Oh, gee, especially
Well,
when you listen
listen.
to country music, every song is about beer drinking. Every single one.
I've got another huge hurdle
What's
that I need to work on, and
Okay.
it's smoking. And I was able to quit for 11 years, and about 4 years ago, I started back smoking.
Yeah, you
And
know,
so I want to quit smoking.
just one thing
And
at a time.
Well,
My
you know what? Me thinking about quitting smoking, I've already cut back and went 2 days without smoking. But me thinking about that has consumed me and preoccupied my mind. I don't even think about drinking.
Well, what if you quit smoking? Are you gonna have a clean slate again and want to start drinking? I don't know.
No,
I think whatever works for you. If the package deal makes you stronger, that's great. I've seen people trying to quit drinking and smoking at the same time, and they're so upset and jittery because of the smoking that they can't even they fail on the drinking part. So in that sense,
Yeah,
I
right.
kind of think you're probably not gonna kill someone from smoking. You're
Kill
probably not.
yourself.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. You're
Yeah.
not gonna potentially lose a marriage or a family from smoking. I got a lot of things I need to work on, but I'm going to put out the fire first. I'm going to put out the. What are you looking at?
You keep on making noise with your feet and it picks up on my tape.
I'm sorry.
Well,
okay, I had a little caffeine on the way down here. I'm sorry.
Remember the
It's
cat? Oh, geez, the Red Bull.
it's a hot topic for me, and it's something I need to do. I've got COPD, and I'm on home oxygen.
Yeah.
Well, there
So
you go.
it's
Well,
that
if you got
fire.
COPD and oxygen, yeah, then you probably need to quit. Have you tried the lozenges that you just put in your mouth and you suck on them? The nicotine
Yeah,
lozenges.
I've got some of those, and I've got the patches. So
Are you using them?
you know what? I've used a couple of them, and then I bought a pack of cigarettes, but so I hadn't put one back on. But I've got them. I'm going to use those.
All right. Hey,
And
look,
I'm
look.
gonna-
We're kind of getting off the topic of drinking, and I feel
Oh,
obligated. Joel, you're okay. I just feel obligated to call. We got to give Scott a call back. We have a lot of people here who want to find out where he's at and all that stuff. So, Joel,
Congratulations on your 31. That's awesome.
yeah, dude, that's great.
Well, I appreciate it. We'll keep those up and talk to you guys later.
Keep
All
on.
Thanks.
Keep on.
Thanks, brother. Thank
All
you.
right, will do. I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah, I was gonna call him. I had him on my list of people to call. Then I'm pretty messed up about this Scott guy here. Hopefully he's on the phone talking to like a hospital or something. Someone says, just hope you know the year 2020 counts as 3 sober years.
Yeah. Thank you. I agree.
Jeez Louise.
Hey, you've reached 502.
All right. Well, he's not. Guys, I've texted him. I reached out to him. I will try him more throughout the night. Well, dude, thanks for coming in and setting. This has been kind of a weird show. It's been kind of all over the place.
I love the show. It helps me a ton. I just love the. I don't feel like I get a lecture when I listen to you. I get some great advice. And
I feel bad because I joke around too much. Sometimes I feel like I just joke too much. I feel like, oh, maybe
life is not fun at times. You gotta laugh and have a good time. But at the same time, this thing it'll destroy me. I gotta stay ahead of it.
We gotta call Carl. Carl is on fire tonight. Carl's like, yeah, go out with a clean liver and a dead set of lungs. What is it going to take to save your life now? Oh, God. He's like, he's telling a brother guy, yeah, go jump off a bridge. Let us know how that goes.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out what the hell's going on with Carl. We usually end every show with a quick call to Carl, and I just want to see what the hell's going on because Carl's in rare form. Scott's not going anywhere, Tom. That's what Carl says that. So let's just let him kind of complain. And I gotta remind people. Carl.
Tom, is this Tom Mabe?
This is Tom Mabe. What boy? You're kind of in a mood tonight. I can read your comments. You seem to be tough loving everyone. What's going on?
Well, it's not tough love. It's just I've been through all these scenarios, or many of them. And Tom, hey, and it's Jeff, right?
Jeff, yeah, just Tom. Yeah, I got Jeff in the studio. Jeff Graham in the studio.
Yeah, man, he looks so much cooler than you do.
He does.
Thank you.
Looks like Brett Favre. But
I'll get you that 5 when I get home a little later.
yeah,
Thanks. Appreciate it.
No, you guys are doing great. The ones that continuously talk about
harming themselves, killing themselves, are usually the ones who never end up doing that.
Hold on. That's him. I'm gonna call you back. That's him. Hold on one second.
Hang tight.
Hey, Scott, Tom Mabe.
Yeah. Hey, Tom. It's Scott. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm just checking up on you. What's happening?
No, I'm talking to my girlfriend, and I'm talking to the brook.
To the brook. Nice. Yeah.
Way to go.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Sorry. I want you to think bad about me.
No, shut up, dude. This is what we got.
Hey,
We're both.
I'm thrilled for you. I
Yeah.
think you're going to be so glad you did this.
Dude, I have a show called Sober Talk because I used to be an alcoholic. I am an alcoholic, but I used to be a drunk. So don't. Jeez Louise. Yeah, you got it. But you got to keep me. Everyone, if you look at the comments, so Bev Holland, everybody's curious where you're in Kentucky somewhere, right?
No, actually, I'm in Indiana.
Oh, okay. So you're going to talk with someone at the brook now. That's her plan?
So if you want to know the truth, I'm going to talk to someone at Ford, and I'm going to get in touch with the brook, and I'm going to go to them because I'm an alcoholic. I have no other fucking way to say it. But please don't use my name.
You're live, by the way, so don't. Yeah, no one's. I call you Scott, so just leave it there. So look, you talk to your girlfriend, and your girlfriend, is she coming to be with you right now?
She's coming home right now. Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes, hell yes.
So I'm sitting here right now, and she told me she was coming to get me.
Good.
You know, you'll have no idea, but you got so many people that are rooting you on, and you're motivating a lot of other people too.
And at any given night, anybody who watches this that have been in the same boat that you're in, and including both of us.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I'm glad. I hope that this stick. I hope you follow through with it. Otherwise, you're gonna die.
I doubt there's anyone that even can hear your voice right now that has not been in the same boat.
That's
well, I want you to tell everybody, yeah, it sucks. And I know it very well. And do not tell my brother. He'll kill me.
Okay. Well, no, he'll kill you if you don't get help. But him trying to beat you up is not the kind of treatment you need. You need.
No. But no, I'm going to go get that, and I'm very thankful that I've got Christy, who really likes me and loves me.
Yeah,
because, well, yeah, and I hope I'm live now, and good luck to all you, because it sucks ass.
Well, I'm just so happy for you. That's great. I'm dying to hear how you do.
Yeah. Text me when you get settled.
Well, I'm going to check in tonight, and we're going to go from that. And I'm sorry that I sound like such an idiot.
No, you sound this for you to be drunk off your ass. You're being probably the smartest person in the group right now. You, Chrissy's on her way home. You're going to the brook. Don't put it off. You got to get there. Just get there. I promise you. Just get there.
And tell your friend Graham. I don't know his last name. I'm very, very sorry.
Hey, you made my night. You put me in a great mood telling me you're going in there.
I'm gonna go because I'm a retard. We'll go with that.
I don't care how
y'all
drunk
have
you
a
are.
great day.
We don't use. I love you. Stay strong, and text me when you're on your way there.
Yes, sir.
Bye
bye.
Thanks.
That's great.
That is great.
That's great.
Oh golly, that was. So guys, I have his info. We will definitely stay in touch with him and see. We've gotten a few people sober on the show. We've seen them go off to rehab or detox or something. It's pretty cool.
It's a happy ending. I'll tell you what, if you put it in, it's a happy ending. I mean, I'm not there. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure enjoying the ride so far.
I hope it sticks with me. There's been times where I just I just don't feel it.
Yeah, but that's normal. I mean, that's the highs and lows, and that's why you get on. You talk to people like you're doing. We all go through that.
Just let's give Carl 2 minutes and then we'll call it a night. How's that? You want to quit? You want to get out here by 9:15, start your drive and stuff.
It's whatever.
All right, cool.
I'm loving this.
Oh, good. All right.
I'm still looking for the deli trays.
Welcome to
though.
the 24-hour. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, I'm sorry about that. That was our guy calling back, and he's going to rehab. He's going to the Brook.
I was so glad to hear that. I have no doubt that he will not try to injure himself. One thing I keep hearing, and I think we all heard it 3 or 4 times. My brother, his brother, his brother has too much meaning. You have to take yourself away at some point in time. You have to remove yourself from everybody that you have to do what you do because of you, not because of somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's not going to hurt himself, Tom. Not only if his brother comes over and whips his tail or something. But,
Yeah.
But no, really, you guys have done great. You've helped this man tremendously.
At least he's not a heavy smoker. I mean, thank God for that. He's not that bad. Just kidding.
No, were you thinking Carl's a smoker?
No, Carl.
Carl's not the smoker.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad, Carl.
You're talking about Joel.
Joel was a smoker.
Joel
I'm sorry.
was a smoker, yeah.
I gotcha.
You're making fun of the guy with COPD, and you're really going to make fun.
I need a notepad.
My dad told me, and I see the back, he said, why die with a good set of lungs and a bad liver? I mean, hell, take it all out at one time, if you understand.
No, I'm having a hard time. I'm sorry, my headphones were jacked up, and Carl, you're in a good place though. Are you? I know you were kind of pissed off a little earlier, but you're okay. You're not drinking, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not drinking, but I'm frustrated and anxious. But I mean that's part of life, guys. That's what took me so long. I thought I'd have bluebirds pulling down my sheets every morning when I woke up once I got sober. But that's just not the way this whole thing rolls, and y'all know that.
The one thing about these shows that help me, and I hate that other people suffer, but it's a reminder. It reminds me when you hear some of the people call in and going through what he was going through. It reminds me where I don't want to be.
That's exactly why.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it helps my sobriety. I hate to say that, but
we're a selfish lot, but
we're not a glum lot. That's the thing. You ever heard that?
We're not glum, but we have to be selfish with them when it comes to our sobriety.
But really, though, what you said earlier, I mean, I look better than Jeff, though, right? If you're looking at both of us right now. That was a joke. Right. Carl, thanks, buddy. I'll talk with you soon, all right?
Thanks, Carl.
Hey, guys, y'all have a great night, okay?
You too.
You too.
Thank you.
That was our friend, Carl. Someone just says, this was a great comment. Layton Province. Tom, what a cool name, Layton Province.
Yeah.
Layton. Colt Calloway. Colt Bohannon. Layton says, Tom, if you ever wonder why you do this show, remember Scott. Yeah.
Great point.
The show and the callers are such an inspiration. Bev Holland, if you can't find the humor in life, you're going to have a rough road. Natalie, it might be last show. What's wrong, Natalie? I want to talk to Natalie. Natalie Jansen. She's Did you fall off the wagon, Natalie? It's okay. We all do. I'm worried about Natalie. Natalie is one of our founding members, and Natalie and I had a very interesting start. A lot of misunderstandings, and I really want her to be well. I'm awfully fond of her. So
hey,
Natalie,
no one knows what we're doing this on the fly.
Yeah,
I think all of us. It's no one's professing. This is about learning every day, and that's one thing I love about this sobriety. Every day, it's learning something new about myself, whatever the case may be, and it's a fun road.
Yeah, it's it's and it gets a little. Sometimes it gets challenging. Sometimes it gets frustrating. I have totally here. This is my calling, and I've totally just aborted everything else almost. I haven't done a comedy video in probably since COVID and But
I saw the thank you letters that were out there on your doorstep for that.
For
that you've pulled out of that.
Yeah. Thanks for not doing those silly comedy videos that none of us like. All right, guys. Love you so much. Thanks for tuning in. We are going. Hey, look, if you want to be on the show, please email us sobertalklive@gmail.com. That's sobertalklive@gmail.com. And give me your number. I will call you. And Natalie, if you need to call, text me if you need to talk. So let's see. Natalie, are we calling you? Are you okay? Do you want to just text? I don't know. Natalie says a challenge. I don't know, but Natalie, you can call me. You text me. I'll call you back off the air. Thanks, Tom and y'all. Bob Van Orden. So, guys, thanks again. And yeah, if you want to go to sobertalklive.com, you can find the podcast and all that good stuff. All right. Love you. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Jeff, for being on the show.
That was great.
It was fun,
great.
right?
That was a lot of fun.
So we will. We're still rolling until I get in there and hit the off button. So you know.
That is still my foot. I just so we can get into a real fighting.
I was just almost leaning into that. Check one. All right, guys. All right. David, why do some people believe I have not been drinking and some people believe I do? I even got a breathalyzer for me at work. Oh, good. David. What did David? We had David. David's been in timeout for 5 days. I said, until you have 5 days sober, I'm not going to call you again. Yeah, so he said he's been on probation. I even got a breathalyzer. I even got a for me at work. All right, good. All right. Oh, camera 7's freaking out.